Brandon.
Hey, Kyle.
Ooh, is that a Sunday? Hey.
I had some deviled eggs this morning.
And?
Well, I mean, you tasted it. How was it?
Actually, they were really good, Brandon.
A little salty.
Yeah, a little salty, but good.
Did some cooking last time. I'm a little pepped up right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you pepped or peppery?
I'm paprika-y. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Hey, we got a Tech Talk Toot.
Toot, toot. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Jump on the toot train to
Tootsville.
Tootsville.
Well, you just had deviled eggs too.
That's not good for my students next block.
Okay. Here's the setup.
Okay.
We want to be able to find a way to work on Google Drive files offline.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Why?
Internet goes out in strange times.
Yeah.
Students have a lot of excuses
Yeah.
as to why they can't complete online work.
Right.
All kinds of interesting reasons. I take my laptop on an airplane.
Yes.
Anything.
Yeah.
I'm sitting around an airport or I'm sitting around a bus station and I want to bust out some work.
Bust it out.
I like it.
Okay. So the idea is then you would have a mirror drive folder on your desktop that syncs up whenever you're in internet contact.
Yeah.
Okay. And syncing, we should probably explain that.
It is your computer. Basically, it is all of the things that are in your Google Drive, which is a cloud, right?
Yes.
Which is out in the cloud. You might have 3 files or you might have 3,000 files in the cloud. Syncing is basically your computer is going to copy all those onto your hard drive.
Yep.
Saying, hey, here's a folder with everything. Then you're going to go offline and you're going to make some changes. Maybe we add a lesson or we change one document.
Yep.
That's not in the cloud yet. That's waiting. It's waiting. It's waiting.
It's on your desktop.
It's on your desktop.
Right.
And when you reconnect to the internet, it will automatically update all of those files. That automatic updating is called syncing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And so I think that's good. Again, this is for our sort of novice listeners, but the first sync then is going to take a lot of time.
It's a big one.
Okay.
Especially if you have a lot of stuff on the cloud.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So just so that we're clear about that first sync might take a while.
Absolutely.
So you ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
All right, diggity. All right. So I'm going to open up let's open up a search tab, and we're going to go in and we're going to search Google Drive offline.
Oh, off limit.
Sorry. Me and my fat fingers. And let's find one, Brandon, that a download that we trust. What do you think?
Anything from Google.
Anything from Google. Work on docs and sheets offline. Let's see what this then does. Not really helpful, huh? Nope. We need to download. How about if we type in the word then download? Aha! How's that one?
Like it.
Perfect. Okay, so let's find that. Okay, safely back up your files. This is it. It is from Google Drive, so we're going to trust it, and we're just going to hit the big blue button.
Agree.
Yep.
After, of course, you've taken all the time to read through that.
We did. Okay, and I think it's doing its thing, but how would I know? If your download does not begin, please click retry. What do you think?
Maybe give it a second.
Okay, it's got to go to space.
Let's try that. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay, all right.
It's downloading things.
And we know that because we see this little button down here, install backup and sync.
Okay, so if we waited a little bit, it still doesn't pop up, then let's
retry it.
Give it another chance.
Okay. And then it looks like we could be ready to go here.
Here we go.
Yep.
It's doing things.
Doing things.
I like it.
Checking volumes and finishing. Okay. And this is like, if you're not a Mac user, this stymied me for a while. You just grab it and put it over into the application folder and done.
And then it automatically starts.
And it does its thing. But that is not a Windows kind of action.
Okay.
Okay. Just so that you know.
Yeah, Windows is more like right-clicky. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been on the
Yeah,
Windows platform.
It's a little bit more
clunky.
Yeah, there's more stuff you got to do. It's not that automatic. Okay, so here we go. Do you see, Brandon, that it's added then in my application a backup and sync from Google folder? Okay, good. So what do you think we should do?
Click that bad
Let's
boy.
click it.
Double click.
Okay, so we're going to double click it. And then it's probably going to ask us, do you really want to open it?
Yeah,
Yep.
we trust it.
Yeah,
You like
we
it?
do.
It's from Google.
Going to space.
Go.
Come on.
Oh, doing things.
Yes, it is. Okay, and I don't know whether you
look what
noticed.
happened up
Yes,
here.
yeah. So that's actually then the little folder that you want, and really that's kind of the little icon now that Google Drive uses for syncing the desktop folder to the cloud, your drive in the cloud.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and get this started. And this is the sync we were telling you guys about that is likely to take quite a bit of time. So it's going to ask for your credentials. This is going to be your CAC account. Sorry about that.
And after you go through this, one of the things we want to say is don't think that when you do this for the first time that you'll be able to sync everything and it's done in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This could take hours.
Yeah.
And so probably the best thing we could do is set this up when you leave.
Yeah.
And you go home for the night, and then you know this is syncing overnight.
Yeah.
And then you come back the next day, and it should probably be done.
Yeah,
if,
right.
if you let it run overnight.
Depending on the volume. So here's a little sub window in this 3-step installation that is going to ask me, like, do you want to do all the folders in your drive or just some?
Mhm.
And again, if you want to go one by one, this may make sense for you. Again, this really depends.
Sure.
For me, I am not going to do pictures right now.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do desktop right now. But I'll go ahead and do documents.
Just your documents.
Yep.
Which is a relatively small folder.
Yes, it is, right?
Cool.
Yep. And so then I'm going to hit next. I got it. It's now, this is asking me essentially like, where does the synced folder reside? And again, I just like for the computer to decide, right? So this is going to be in users, Purpura, Google Drive. It's actually going to create a folder
Hang on,
called Google Drive.
before we jump on, this is also.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So what we just did, if we look back, this is saying from your MacBook Pro
Yes,
to
Google Drive.
From
Yes.
MacBook Pro to Google.
Yes.
This one is saying what in Google do you want to put on your desktop?
Correct. Yes.
And it either is going to sync everything, or we can click on this and it'll give you
Only
the
these
options
folders. Yes.
of the thing. So these are the folders that we would have seen in Kyle's Google Drive.
Thank you for correcting
And
me there,
if we
Brandon.
look at his Google Drive, my drive right here, you are going to see these folders are the same.
Right.
So let's get back. Oh, I don't know what's going on there.
Whoops. How do we get back now, Brandon? No. Where were we? Here we are.
There we go.
So I'm going to actually go back to my MacBook Pro. I'm going to go back one. And I really don't want it to do anything then for the documents.
Yeah, you don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't want it to cover your laptop.
Right.
But
I
you do
want it-
want to put things from your drive onto
Yes,
your laptop,
which is what this one does. Okay. And so we might as well just do it. Let's just diggity. Let's
I mean,
do
1.3 is not that much.
Let's do everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And we see, if we take a look at our utility icon up here,
baby.
you can see that that sync is setting up.
It's working.
And again, we have some progress here.
But it's going to take a
It's
while.
going to take a while. Yeah. So Brandon, I'm going to actually increase this window here. And we can see that a Google Drive folder has been set up.
Yep.
On my machine.
Yeah,
So
as we can see here, it's starting to really click away, and
Yep.
all these things are starting to go.
Yeah.
And that's nice. It's
Yeah.
moving quickly.
exactly, right? So once it says backup and sync is all set, and you say got it, now it's going to continue to do its thing. And again, this is going to take a while. But Brandon, I'm set to go now.
Just let it run.
Right. So if I'm not offline, I can always go into this drive and pick whatever file or files that I want to work on offline,
Work on it.
and
And
as soon as I'm reconnected,
It syncs and updates.
you got it.
Yeah. So this is for anyone that really struggled with. Oh, I can't use Google Docs or Google Sheets or just the drive itself offline, just on my laptop. I have to be connected. This is actually a workaround.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
a part of Google that allows you to do that. I think they, the age-old Microsoft, argument was it's just on my computer. I don't have to
Yes.
be connected.
Right.
And this way, you can still do a lot of that work.
Yep.
Also, this is a beautiful thing to be able to tell students, like, hey, oh, teacher, I wasn't able to work on my homework because I was, in Hurghada and I had no internet.
Yeah.
And first off, they probably have internet. But second off,
Probably.
this is no longer an excuse because they can work, they can get access to stuff
Yep.
offline as
Yep.
long as we prompt them to take these steps.
Yes, right. And so, as a classroom teacher, this is something that this is a workflow I'm going to share with students.
Sure.
And probably if I'm a teacher here, this is an expectation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, cool.
No, definitely for us because in the math department in the high school, all of our entire programs in Google Drive.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
or in Google Classroom.
Yeah.
Now,
All right. So, what do you think?
this is a great workaround.
I think so too. I think this is just I wouldn't even call it a workaround. I think I would call it this is a great workflow.
Yeah, it's a good workflow.
Yeah. All right.
And again, it just allows you to be more productive.
Yeah. Well, so Brandon, that's our toot.
That was a nice long tooth.
It was a nice long toot. So
Normally they're a little bit shorter, a little bit more abrupt.
So this has been Kyle,
And Brandon,
and this has been a Tech Talk Toot.
we out.